One's a former NFL star turned esports coach.
But I was getting the stink eye from my wife. She's like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing."
And one's a dad who can't stop playing Rocket League.
These kids these days, they're like, blah, 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 blah. We're used to jump and run.
Together, they welcome you to Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge.
Welcome to Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge. I'm your host, Ahman Green, and right now I am rolling solo. So my crew is going to be jumping in real quick. They're basically like I took off into hyperspace, and they're going to try to intercept me mid-flight. So that is what's going down right now. So how everyone doing tonight? If it's first time in, or doing tonight, I'm sorry, doing this morning, sorry. But it's your first time in the Gamers Lounge, my Gamers Lounge, Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge. I say that because I don't like to sound third person, and you know how people that say third person of themselves. I'm not that guy, so I'll just try to make sense of it. So welcome into my Gamers Lounge. I'm your host, and we will talk about some fun stuff today. Topics from the gaming world, esports world, wherever, movies, comic books, something like that. I know we're recapping Ahsoka. We're on episode 2. I know the season is done, but for anybody that loves to recap and give opinions and talk about all the good stuff that's happening on Disney Plus right now and any streaming app. And right now, like I said, we're talking about Ahsoka season 1. Hope it's season 1 of probably 2 or 3 seasons coming up. But breaking down season 2 once my crew gets here, Jon and Rico, the rookie, they'll be coming in hot any moment. So I might hear a little whoop, and that means they're in the studio. So I'm like, hey, what's up? What's up, JFK, the average historian? How you doing? Hey, check out the social media. Average Historian is helping us with our clips. Been doing it for a while now, doing a fantastic job. So I try to do my job to put his work out on my social media. So on TikTok, on Instagram, on Twitter. Shoot, we're on LinkedIn now. But on the ones that I post, YouTube, check our YouTube channel. We have that. Facebook as well. Twitter, Instagram, I mentioned already. But yeah, we're streaming live on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Twitter. 5 different places we're streaming right now. So everybody, please check it out. If you're anywhere on those, say hello. What's up, Adam, man? How you been doing? My man Adam used to work at the Packers in the PR department and is now, I know, doing big things for himself and his family. He's on LinkedIn watching it. We have the average historian, JFK, watching it on Twitch. So yeah, Twitter too, JFK, man. We got to be everywhere. That's how you try to spread what we're doing. Something I haven't really talked about a whole lot is what the other things I'm doing. Since it's just me in here, I'm checking in with everybody right now. Oh, well, that was just a notification. Dang it. I thought it was like Jon Rico. But shoot, also I'm streaming on Tuesday mornings now at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, so 7:30 Central time. I know it's early for the early risers that want to get a nice little dose of me, Gilbert Brown, and Dorsey Levens. We're talking Packer football. We're giving you raw, unfiltered, PG-13 commentary, feedback on when the Packers play. Every week we've been doing it we've been live for the last 3 weeks now. So everything looks good. Here comes one of my crew members right now, just catching me out of hyperspace. What's up, Rico the rookie?
What's up, man?
Man, I said I had took off. So if I was in, we were in Star Wars. So I took off. I hit the hyperdrive, and now you're intercepting me in mid hyperdrive flight. Just letting you know how I set that up for when you and Jon are coming in hot. So how you doing, Rico?
I am doing well. I woke up with a really sore neck this morning because I guess I slept on it wrong. So I didn't get to go get my workout in this morning, but hopefully I'll be able to go get that later. Filling in for one of our coworkers here on a couple of shows. So it's a busy day for me. I just got done with 2 hours of radio. I've got this podcast, and I've got another 2 hours of radio. So it's a long day for me today. But we have Heavenly Waffles here, and he has an 11-hour slow roasted. What did he say? Like braised beef, pork, whatever, something or other, and it's like a chili, and he put it on top of a cornbread muffin, or not muffin, a cornbread waffle, and it is out of this world. I told him that I was like, I think Ahman's gonna be here at like 11ish or a little bit after. He's here till 11, but I told him you were gonna be here like around that time.
Yeah, a little bit after.
So
yeah.
So I think he might stay here a little bit longer to try and get you a waffle. So we'll see.
I'll bust as soon as we end the stream. I'll make sure it's loaded up for Jeremy. Then I'm gonna shoot out of here. Try to grab get. Well, I'm dressed. The good thing is I'm already dressed. I was able to get my workout in, so I know that feeling when you miss a workout. You're like, oh man, but hopefully
I feel off. But it's whatever.
You definitely feel off. But that's life. I'm in the same neighborhood with you, man, because I have this. You already got 2 hours ahead of me now, but I have 1 hour of this. And then I will actually bust it over to get my waffle and try to get that today. But then I teach class, and that's about an hour 15. I said, it's a short class today. It's an hour 50, or it's 50 minutes. It's 50 minutes. But then I come in later from 6 to 7 to do my time with DP and the crew. So I say, you got me. You won up on me for sure on the time and everything. So, but that's okay.
Just a smidge.
Just a smidge. But Jeff Cole, what's up, man? Eeyore, we got your this or that in this week, so we're gonna have fun time with that. What else is going on? The big esports conference started for Nebraska esports and all the Big Ten schools that decided to jump in this league. So let me show you our matchup. So we played on what's today? Wednesday. We played on Monday against USC. So how the format goes, every week we'll play a school in 4 different games. So this week we play USC, and we started with Overwatch 2, and we got a 3-0 best out of 3 or best out of 5 win. So we went 3-0. We only lost one match, I believe, in that setup, in that game there. And let me see, go to the, I have it already set up there. Boom. So right there, this is tonight's matchup, and it's going to be on Nebraska Esports channel. As us again, USC. This is all our Smash players. So this is Smash Brothers. I think it might be crews or it might be individual. Oh, it's 4v4. So if you see the 4v4 right there, so it is 4v4 of us. Nebraska Cornhuskers going against them USC Trojans. Never thought the day, other than out of conference gameplay, but this is now in conference gameplay. So this is very interesting to see this at the esports level, but then we're going at it. So we'll be on, if you want to follow us, go to Nebraska East or twitch.tv/Nebraska Esports. That's where you can catch the game tonight. I believe it's kicking off at 7 p.m. I believe that's Central Standard Time. So that's 5 p.m. for the people on the West Coast. So I'm excited.
And I know that they were gonna play Rocket League last night, but they ran into a couple issues, so they're pushing that one back. But that's so exciting that you're able to play conference matchups now with the esports teams. Like that's so awesome.
It's so awesome. Yeah, I mean, from the fan base could kind of trash talk in the chat a little bit and cheer on the players. I was for the first night with Overwatch 2. I was go Big Red and the whole night. I was like, go Big Red. I like GG. And then GG's at the end. You got to GG's at the end. Win or lose, you got to do that.
Yeah. And it's some people that you might be able to, I'll throw a little plug in here. It's some people that you might be able to listen to here on 93.7 The Ticket this Saturday. If they do their show, they have the Big Red Esports show at 12 o'clock Central Standard Time here on The Ticket. So if you guys, listening in now, if you guys want to listen into some of the people that are taking part in these events, they'll be on there probably talking about the big esports league and
big esports conference. Yeah, big esports conference. So
Sorry.
Tonight is no, it's all good. It's all good. It's a lot we're trying to remember here, Rico. Okay, you already done 2 hours of radio talk, so now it's like your third hour started.
Yeah.
So you're doing good.
I'm gonna need to get like a third cup of coffee today.
Oh my god, just think about that. It burns my insides in my body. But tonight will be Super Smash. Then tomorrow it will be either the post or the reschedule of Rocket League, and I believe, and then Valorant is going to be Thursday or Friday. So tomorrow or Friday will be Valorant, and then one of those days will be the makeup of the Rocket League matchup. So shout out to the esports guys and girls that are doing their job, not only being students but also being esports student athletes, balling out of control. So
man, I was a student athlete with esports. Like,
oh my god,
I always go back to this. Like when I was in high school, like me and my friends would just play. This was Black Ops first came out. We're out there playing Black Ops, right? After school every day. We go to football practice, basketball, wrestling, whatever. We come home every day. We're playing Black Ops. and apparently we had run into some people who had their own team. I don't know if it was a legit team or whatever, but we ran into them. They all had the same, tag, all this stuff, and they had, they were pretty legit. We whooped them. We played them like 4 games in a row, and we whooped them. And one of them like DMs me, and he's like, "Hey, are you guys a part of a team?" Like all this. I go, "Nah, bro. It's just me and my friends playing. We just got out of football practice. Like, what are you talking about?" And he's like, "Oh, you guys are really good. You guys should consider doing that." And this was back in the day when I was like, "Why can't make money playing video games? What are you talking about?"
I know, not
and
so
now
fast.
I look back on it, and I'm just
You can now.
and I'm just like, damn it, I should have just kept going.
Yep. Yeah, it was something that probably 2012, so about 11 years ago, I had a training facility up in Green Bay, and I remember how my conversation from the time I opened to the time when I had to shut it down, where my conversation was different with parents and gaming, where they'll bring their kids in, and they want me to get them ready for whatever sport, football, baseball, basketball, track, skateboarding, was a few. And we're talking, the dad is like, "Well, I'm trying to get my son or my daughter off of playing Fortnite or da-da-da-da-da." And I'm like, well, first start off, you got to make sure they go outside, touch grass, and still be in their sport and work on their craft and da-da-da. And now I'm like, at the end of my term, I'm like, how good are they? What's their rank?
Yeah.
And they're like, "What do you
are
mean?"
they actually
I'm
like, hold on, wait a minute.
Time out. What's their rank? They're like 9 something. Oh yeah, you might want to. I could teach them that too. So as we hit the weight room, then we could hit the PC later.
It's like, actually, you know what? Forget these weights. Forget these routes you're trying to run. Let's get back in there and play Fortnite.
Yeah. You want to learn? I could, build up your leg muscles and kick the ball straighter. Well, we could do that, and then work on your mechanics of builds.
So let's get that
building box builds,
wrist flexibility, some thumb strength. We'll get that working.
Which is legit. You got to make sure you keep your digits working and fluent. Make sure you don't work on you're working on carpal tunnel when you're typing. So you want to make sure you fight against that. So I have all of that too, even though as some do with me and that they kind of joking me, but I'm like, I'm serious. I got stretches. I got warm-ups for the hands and everything for practice. So JFK in Smash, no, I don't know all my players' go-to characters in the game. I know a lot of them, either there's 1 or 2 of them that play with Link from Legend of Zelda, not the cartoony one, the one that's in Breath of the Wild. And I know one of them plays with Persona or Joker, which is very popular Smash Brothers character to use in the game. And so real quick, before we get to quick hitting news bites, Rico, let me do the sponsor read here from our sponsors at Bet Online. So football is back. We got teams getting their butt kicked. Dallas Cowboys, man. Dallas Cowboy fans, man, are having it rough right now. Woo! So BetOnline remains your number one online source for all your sports betting needs this season. We are always the latest. You have the latest odds, team matchup, player information, and player news and game trends at BetOnline. And as your continuous source for all your sports wagering information, BetOnline features live betting, free contests, giveaways all season long. Always the fastest and easiest ways to bet online and your favorite sports events, whether it's NFL, NBA, NHL, MMA, tennis, boxing, golf, and esports. There you go. Head to betonline.ag, and no, that's not my website. It's just what they're using. It just happened to be my initials. To join and receive the 50% bonus, welcome bonus for the first deposit. Make sure you use the promo code BLEAV to receive your awards. So BetOnline, Rico, the rookie, where the game starts. So let's head over to our quick hidden news bites. We got some fun stuff. I had a fun thing. I haven't really brought up or talked about anything little that just tickles the warmth in the gamers' lives.
No, not really.
The game called Animal Crossing, man. I was like, I said, because John loves this game. Him and his daughter play this all the time. So I thought of John. I thought of him and his daughter. And I'm like, oh, they got a new little, they got Legos. They partner up with Nintendo, which this is nothing new. Nintendo and Legos.
We should send these to John.
This might be this gonna be like a Christmas thing.
Yeah, he's not here yet. He doesn't know.
He's not here yet. But so Animal Crossing, Legos. Boom. Yes. So it has been going on for a little while. So it says this is on got the information from gamesradar.com, so you can read more and click on the links within the text. But it reads, as a week after making Animal Crossing New Horizons, fans' dream have come true. So Lego has revealed more details about its next Lego collection. So I'm sitting here just above me to my right. I got the Lego, and what is it? It's the starter connector set of Super Mario Brothers, like part 1, and he's in the castle going to fight Bowser, So check that out. I have that, and then I have another one that's where he's in like, what is it? What's it say? Peach's Garden Balloon Ride. So that's one. I have 2 of those right up here I need to put together. So Lego is doing it good. So this came out yesterday. So Lego shared the event, better looking up to the upcoming Lego Crossing collection. So revealed that's what sets will be up for grabs, and then when they will be released and how much they'll cost. As expected, as soon be able to build your own Nook's Cranny, as well as a tent and a couple of villager houses, which was from previous teaser mini figures. So Tom Nook, Isabella, Julian, and Bunny and Accelerate will be able to explore with all our guiding hands. I'm a guy, so I don't know about you, Rico. If you started building with your beautiful kids, their Lego sets, and even if they have the patience to sit down and do it, because I know that's one obstacle you got to go with there.
No,
because you got a 2-year-old. I know you got a 2-year-old, so the 2-year-old is not going to sit still.
Oh, he'll try and eat them or put them up his nose,
right?
Or something.
And you're like, oh, you can't do that. No, it's not a snack.
Like,
it's not
drop
a snack.
him into his pants. I'm like, what are you doing? He goes,
oh, yeah. So if you can, once you get, I say, above the age of 7, they're able to sit down for more than 5 minutes and not ask you a crazy or silly kid question. You can
actually want to see it when it's all built.
Right. And you lay the pieces out. You almost do like a construction site. I do all my color pieces. I put all my blacks, reds, greens, orange, yellows, put them all in a pile, and then put them as the book tells you into the, as you'll go around to the instructions. I don't know. That's how I do it. Or sometimes I go by the sizes. Like if it's a bigger one, I've done the Death Star, and you have the 4x4s and the 5x5. So I make sure those are all together in line. So when I reach from the book, I'm not no master Lego builder. That's why I use the book. I'm not going to be. I would love to be on the Will Arnett show that does the
Lego Masters.
Lego Masters. I would love to be on there because I'm a fan of Legos, but I'm definitely not. No, I could maybe build a car.
I don't know how they do any of the stuff that they do. Like
it's amazing. I'm impressed.
I can put a tower together or a box maybe, but you want me to build a car or a dragon or something like this? Like I need the instructions. Like I can't do it. I can't just look at these pieces. I'm not in the Lego movie. I'm not a master builder. I'm not going to be able to see this and be like, this piece and this piece. If I put this and do this, and be like, haha. I'm not doing that.
No, I'm not. I don't have that. I don't have that talent.
No.
Eeyore is correct. I have a bunch of Legos. They're all boxed up right now because we just moved
I have one
from Green Bay down to Houston. You have one Lego set?
I have one Lego set. I have yet to build it. It's
still in the box.
It is. It's the Infinity Gauntlet.
Ooh, nice one. I've seen that one.
Yeah.
I need to pick that one up too.
Which
one? Is it the original or is it Tony Stark's Infinity Gauntlet?
The original one.
The original one. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So to continue here with Lego and Animal Crossing. So earlier in the year, it rumored that pieces from the set would start around $14.99, and that the entire collection will be a set released in spring of this past year. So this is earlier this year. They already made this big announcement. And I think I was able to find a page that has some of the pricing on a few other Lego sets that you may have put together or may have owned. I know I own the Ecto 1 right here, and I put that together.
Oh, look at that.
And so that's sitting there at $240.
$240. Oh, my goodness.
But look at this Millennium Falcon, though. Look at that thing.
How much is that?
Almost $900. That's the one I put together. So if you love Legos, this is not going to stop you.
No, I don't care how much you love. Don't do that.
And I want to pick up. I might do Bowser. I do have Optimus Prime already.
Okay,
I gotta put him together.
Cool, but it doesn't look $270 cool.
Hey, they trying to make their money in Lego. Man, it's hard not to. If you a gamer, if you a comic book person,
yeah,
movie person, you gonna get sucked in
No.
with something, regardless of the price. You'll negotiate things with
Nope.
yourself.
Okay,
Okay. Still a crazy detail.
I will admit the Last
You'll
of Us.
talk yourself
when
into
the Last
one,
of Us
Rico.
2 came out.
See?
When the Last of Us 2 came out, they
See,
had the set with the statue and the backpack, and it was like $300. And I'm sitting there looking at it, and I look at my wife and I go, "Babe, can I get something?" And then I won't ask for anything the rest of the year.
See?
And she didn't let me get that one, but I did get the one with the statue. Although we had talked about it, and I guess she didn't really like agree to it. But I did it anyway.
Oh.
I was in trouble for a little bit.
Yeah, right.
But she knows how much I love. She knows how much I love that game.
She gave you the stank eye for a little bit, didn't she?
Yeah, I was in the doghouse for a bit, but it was fine. It was worth it. It's a great statue.
You lucky she loves you. That's what happened.
Plus, she hates the fact.
What?
She doesn't hate it, but she dislikes the fact that like our daughter's name is Elliot. We call her Ellie, and the main character from The Last of Us, her name is Ellie. And I was like, and she's like, no, it's not. Don't.
Are you trying to pull that with her? You try to bring the kids into it?
And I was like,
I love your effort
because it's Ellie's backpack, and I was like, we can give her the backpack. No, it didn't work.
No. Now, if she played video games like you, you probably would have sucked her in for the buy. But with not,
we used to play Call of Duty all the time when they had split screen.
Oh,
but
I just did that with a student. Yeah, I just did that with a student with Halo 2 Anniversary Edition. She had a class assignment. Check out this class assignment where she chose to interview me and the club president from our club teams here in Nebraska, and we played Halo up in the podcast room on campus. Now that's an assignment. I would love to do that assignment every week. I would get to play video games with one of my teachers. Like, oh yeah, that's a class assignment.
In that class,
I'm getting an A++.
Easy,
all day.
Easy.
And we got Eeyore says
unless you beat your teacher too bad.
They don't have to have an ego. As long as that teacher doesn't have an ego, they'd be fine. Like, I don't have an ego, so I was like, I only lost one match though.
Whoa. Billy Badass over here.
I came in second place. There you go. Eeyore says one of my friends named his kid Jubilee and Logan. Oh, how many people you know have named their kids off a movie or comic book characters or both, which is the same thing?
My nephew is named Mordecai, and the reason he's named Mordecai is first, my sister says that I helped pick the name out. No, I did pick the name out because at the time, me and her boyfriend at the time, the kid's dad, were playing Borderlands, the first one, and the coolest character of the game is Mordecai, and I was like, you should name him after him.
There you go.
They did, and yeah,
that's dope. That's when you know you're dedicated right there. You're a fan of it. So, got your story up here, Rico. Let's spill the beans.
Yes.
What is going on here, bro?
3 years after the PS5 is released, Sony announces that they will make it slimmer, as has happened with just about every other Sony PlayStation that they have released. They have decided, you know what? It's too thick of a boy, and we need to slim it down. It needs to go to some weight loss classes. And Sony has decided that a new slim PlayStation 5 model is in the works. They are so the weird part is not weird. I guess the cool part is they're all the digital versions, but you have the option to add a disk drive. You can buy a removable disk drive and put it on there, so you can have the all digital version or the digital version, and then put the disk drive on there if you're a big fan of physical copies, like myself, like I believe Ahman is as well. So you can go ahead and do that. That'll be coming out in this November, and eventually Sony says these will replace the base model of PlayStation 5. So after a while, you will no longer be able to get the original PS5. This will be the only version you can get because, and this to me, this is why more money, because you have to buy the removable disk drive if you're a fan of physical copies. So you have to get that separately, and that's something I would do. So hopefully my PS5 stays alive and doesn't poop out on me, and I won't have to go out and buy a new one. But so it's slimmer, it's lighter, it has all the same power as the original PS5. They say, this is a quote, and I quote, "The new PS5 has been reduced in volume by more than 30% and weight by 18% and 24% compared to the previous models." It mentions that new covers have different textures, which isn't immediately clear from the pictures. There are 4 separate cover panels, with the top portion in a glossy look while the bottom portion remains matte. So you know how you buy, if you have your PS5 and you got different covers for the size, right? I see you don't, because you still have the original white ones back there. I got some matte black ones on mine because I was like, I don't want this white one anymore. So I got the matte black.
I got the Spider-Man one too down in Houston.
I was like, really wanted to get it. I really wanted it, but it sold out too quick, and I couldn't get it. And I hate you.
I almost missed it. But I was able to snag one off of Amazon. It's like, yes, Amazon.
I'm gonna see how expensive it is, and if it's not terrible,
it was still same price. It was still same price that it was on Best Buy, which was market sell price, which was like 5 something and some change. So plus
we'll
tax,
see.
So
We'll see what I can do.
Right,
I doubt it.
Right.
So if you do get the new PS5, you're gonna have to get new cover panels, because it's not one, it's 4 separate cover panels, because you see the little strip down the middle there, or not the middle, but somewhere closer to the top, about 25% of the way up on the top there. So you'll have to get 4 separate panels, and again, a different panel for the disk drive that they're going to be putting in there. But so the Slim with the disk drive, the Slim with the disk drive will still cost $499.99. The digital edition retails at $449.99, which is actually more expensive than the original digital model, which was, I believe, $399.99. So it's $50 more expensive for a smaller version of the PS5.
Interesting. So that's going to be the hard sell right there, though. It's the same price.
So if you do buy the digital, if you do buy the digital one without the disk drive, and then decide later, I want the disk drive, it's going to cost you $80 just for the disk drive. Or $119.99 in Europe, or $99.99 in the UK, or $11,980 in Japan.
God bless. You said what in Japan?
It's whatever their currency is. So it's 11,980, not like US dollars.
I know.
Just hearing that, their currency.
Yeah, I know. Just hearing that though is scary. It's like, what? Hold on, say that. Repeat that. I know it's yen, I know it's a conversion rate. I get that. So just hearing that, like, oh my God, that still sounds like
So if you decide to buy the digital console and the disc drive, it'll be more expensive than just buying the original disc drive version of it. So if you do decide to upgrade to the slimmer PS5, in my mind, I would say just buy the one with the disc drive, because it's cheaper, as opposed to buying a digital one and then saying later, you know what, maybe I do like the physical video games.
Exactly. So it's like a tattoo. When you get a tattoo, if you were young and you're like, I'm gonna go ham and get this big old monster of a tattoo. I was told, my kids, and I was told too, and I learned, like, hey, you gotta think about that tattoo 50 years from now. When you want to look at it, if you put it on your arm, your stomach, your back, your leg, whatever, just think about in 50 years what it may look like on your body. Just remember that. So now it's with this, is like Sony is saying, hey, we could get you in, get you hooked, but if you don't go for the whole thing, you're gonna have to still play. You might as well, if you are into physical disc, might as well get the thing with everything on it, everything in it, and a whole bundle right away. And and they're smart. They know what they're doing.
They do say that they are going to be updated, but they haven't quite said, at least in this article that I'm reading, what those updates are quite yet. I see JFK asking if there's any other difference. Somebody was saying that there might be a chip upgrade. It doesn't. In this article that I'm reading, it doesn't say anything about that. I don't know if they've made that announcement quite yet, but for right now, it's the same one. I think it has. The thing is, it's smaller. It's quite a bit smaller, and it has all of the same power as the old one. So I'm guessing there might be, I don't know about more space in terms of being able to save games or save memory, but I mean, if it's going to cost more, you would think that it's not just because it's smaller. They would have had to have done something in it to make it, a little bit stronger than its predecessor.
True. They gotta. I mean, price wise, I think it's still a little high, but as fans are, because there's fans of PlayStations, there's fans of Xboxes and Nintendos, and so either way, you're gonna have. I say just give it a good hard think before you go hit the send button or the purchase button.
Yeah,
and or go out right now and buy a regular PlayStation 5 before.
Yeah, I've been pretty lucky with my consoles where the PS2 I got the original that first when it first came out. I got that one. It never crapped out on me. I was lucky with that. PS3 when it first came out, went out, got it, never crapped out on my PS4. Same way. I've had the big thick boys, and I've gotten them those first couple months that they've been out without any of the other upgrades. And I've been lucky that I haven't had to deal with anything afterwards with them. So I've been pretty fortunate where I've gotten the first version of these and haven't had to upgrade, so to speak, with any of them. Just the original thick boys, and I'm good with them.
The original thick boys. What's up, John?
So the reason they do it like this is they could make a slim version. I'm trying to get caught up here. They could make a slim version of anything right away if they planned it, right?
True.
Like how do we want to do this? Can you make it thinner? Let's put this out perfect. But they don't do that, right? They do that so you buy the big one first and you sell millions of copies, and then you're like, well, hey, guess what? We've got this smaller one too, and then you can sell millions of copies. They could. They could stop this all by just figuring it out right away, but they don't want to because that's less money.
No, they already figured it out. This was in the game plan during COVID, like Eeyore mentioned, to launch everything, even though COVID hit, which I don't think they knew. Nobody knew COVID. Well, we know some people in the world knew COVID was hitting. Well, that's a whole nother conversation, a whole nother show. But for this topic, PlayStation didn't know that was going to hit, but they already had the financial business plan laid out of how they were going to release the PlayStation original 5 and then now the Slim and different versions of it. Because I just bought, like I mentioned, John, you just tuning in. I bought the Spider-Man 2 edition that came out September 1st. It's sitting at my house in Houston right now that I'm gonna get to this weekend, able to download it and download the Spider-Man 2 very soon. I'm so excited.
9 days.
That. And I'm not even a Spider-Man fan, but I love Spider-Man video games. Just saying.
Yeah, you're a fan of a much weaker, less cool superhero.
I like that you said weaker. All the Spider-Man fans in the building are right now about to send you some messages that you may not like, Rico and Ricky.
Spider-Man is stronger than Batman.
No, that will never happen. It's not the case.
No.
No, that is not true.
Whatever you say.
Not a true statement at all. Not a true statement at all.
Okay. If Spider-Man and Batman switched places, Spider-Man would rid Gotham of crime in a day.
Oh, stop.
Yeah, and then the next day it will be back to all the criminals doing what they were doing the first time.
Nope.
Oh, I like that. Eeyore says Spider-Man pulls his punches and then he goes cough, cough.
He does.
Hey, let's keep the show moving, or unless we're gonna be in a full-on, straight-up comic book argument that might be a little entertaining. But I know where my legion lies.
Uh-oh.
It's fine. You're on the wrong side. You're gonna be on the wrong side of history, bud.
Oh, we got a little trash talker here, So just real quick, Batman would do this to Spider-Man.
Okay.
All right. He will, for one, he's not going to fight him because he already knows he is superhuman in terms of Spider-Man. Batman knows this. He knows every little inch and detail about Peter Parker, okay? He's going to know his techniques, how he attacks, how he fights, humans, inhumans, whatever. So Batman, one of his game plans, well, he probably has a dozen of them because he's only human, so he has to have all these game plans together because he's the best detective in the comic book space, okay? So one plan would be to say, hey, you want to fight? Come find me. This is where I'm going to be. Like he did with Superman. Set him up. They fall for the okie doke because their ego gets in the way. So he gets him to his spot. He's going to electrify all the walls so he cannot stick or climb on anything. Okay? And then he's going to have most likely a suit that does not get stuck on. And like when he throws the webs at him and puts them in a little cocoon, he's going to have razor blades on that thing, something. Okay. And then he's going to have he's going to have 2 gauntlets on. So when he start punching Spider-Man in his little teenage face, he's gonna break every bone on one punch, just like he beat up Superman when he had the kryptonite suit, had the aerosol kryptonite, and he had the sword, a bow and arrow kryptonite tip. So tell me, Batman will beat up Mr. Peter Parker, and then let him go about it, and then ship him back over to whatever.
You forget
that New York City? The real New York City?
Yeah, New York. You forget that Peter Parker is also a genius. You forget that he invented his own web.
He's not a detective, though. He's not a detective.
He doesn't need to be. He doesn't need to be a detective. You know what he's going to do? He's going to rip Batman's arm off.
He's
not even going to get that close to rip his arm off.
He doesn't need to use his webs. He's going to punch Batman's face clean off his head.
He's not even going to get a chance to do that. He's going to be
if Batman threatens Spider-Man's loved ones in any way at all, we've seen what Spider-Man can do when he doesn't pull his punches. He beat the living. He beat. I can't even remember his name. The really big gangster.
Kingpin.
Beat him to within an inch of his life. Yeah, he beat Kingpin to an inch of his
superhero.
life.
He's a super villain that may have some type of strength.
He took off his mask and he said, "This isn't Spider-Man. This is Peter Parker. If you threaten my loved ones, I will end you."
Batman has been threatened by everybody, even people on other planets and other galaxies, gods, and ain't even blinked. Okay, all right.
Nah.
Doomsday. Let's just talk about it. Doomsday, Darkseid. Man of Steel.
If Doomsday or Darkseid, if Doomsday and Darkseid really wanted to beat Batman, they would end him.
Did they though?
No. Did they though? Superman.
Answer the question.
Superman is a Boy Scout. If he wanted to, he could end Batman, but he's a little baby boy and he doesn't want to kill anyone.
Rookie, answer the question.
What a baby.
Answer the question, Rookie. What happened? Nothing.
What?
Nothing.
Beat down.
They didn't because guess what? Batman has backup. Batman has backup. Go ahead, 1-on-1.
Take your suit off, make him into tennis shoes.
Doomsday and Batman 1-on-1. Go.
Hey man, we gotta run over. Hold up. Let's think back to the show. We got this or that, man. We got some funny stuff to talk about.
Ridiculous.
This or that.
Hey, that was fun though. We could do that again anytime. Just know it's not gonna happen, bro. Batman.
I'm a big Spider-Man fan. Big fan of Spider-Man. Miles Morales is my dude. I am
both
Miles
of
Morales.
them. Bring on my both. Be Peter Parker and Miles.
Bring the whole Spider-Verse.
Bring the whole Spider-Verse, all of them. And then all the Batmans. Bring all the Batmans since we're doing multiverse stuff. It's over. We got Batmans that are vampires. We got Batmans that are stronger than Superman. We got Batmans that are like the Joker. We got Batmans that got spikes coming out there. They got vampire teeth, and they gonna just rip people apart. We pull this whole multiverse thing together. Batman is destroying the Spider-Mans out there. Game over.
You guys want me to ask ChatGPT who would win between Spider-Man and Batman?
Please do.
Yes.
Please ask. Please do. Please. You got me hyped here.
Also, you have Spider Pig. He has Toon Force. Toon Force beats everything.
Some ribs, some short chops.
Back up.
Man.
Mr. Greatest Detective.
If
Batman had time, he could beat anybody. If Batman, no, he doesn't get time. It's a 1-on-1. You don't get time. If Spider-Man wants to if Spider-Man and Batman want to go head to head, guess what? It's going to happen now. Spider-Man's not going to give Batman, 3 weeks to prepare for a battle. That's not how this works.
Batman is a vampire. What is Spider-Man going to do against a vampire? I just want to know.
He's going to break him.
No, he's not. He's not even going to be able to touch him.
He's going to break him.
Vampires can go into dust and a cloud and then come back right up. Man, Rico,
Spider-Man
read a book.
Spider-Man beat a dude
Read
made out
a
of
comic book.
sand. What are you
Read a
talking
Batman
about?
comic book.
And guy. Beat the sand guy.
What ChatGPT say, John?
Okay.
He beat a
I
guy
asked
made
who
out
would
of
win.
sand.
I asked who would win in a fight between Batman and Spider-Man. Please describe who would win and why. It's got like 6 paragraphs. You want me to read it?
This get
okay, I'll read it.
Skim on it to see get to the winner. Let's see.
Okay, the outcome of a fight would be highly speculative, as it often depends on the circumstances and the context of the battle.
I love it.
Batman's known for his intelligence, detective skills, martial arts prowess. He also has access to a wide range of gadgets and tech. He's a peak human with extensive training. On the other hand, Spider-Man has superhuman abilities like enhanced strength, agility, and his iconic web slinging. He has spider sense that gives him heightened awareness. In a head-to-head physical confrontation, ChatGPT writes, Spider-Man's superhuman abilities might give him an advantage in terms of raw power and agility. However, Batman's intelligence and preparedness could level the playing field. If Batman had time to plan and strategize, he might find a way to exploit Spider-Man's weaknesses or utilize tech to gain an upper hand. Ultimately, the winner of a fight between these two iconic heroes would depend on the specific circumstances and how the battle unfolds.
I'll take that. It's not declaring who wins, but I will take that because, like I said, it's a game plan. And Batman's the best
I love
planner.
He's the best. I love how it says if he has time. You don't get time in a fight.
Depends who prepared for it, right?
Batman make time. We saw what he did with Superman and Batman and Dawn of Justice.
You're right. He can make time. He can make time in the hospital when he's sitting there with every bone in his body broken.
No, that ain't happening, bro. He's not going to get even. He's not going to allow Spider-Man or Miles Morales to get close to him because he knows
how.
Did you know this, Rico? Spider-Man has an end game on all the superheroes of the Justice
Batman
League.
Does. Yes, I do.
I mean, Batman does. Excuse me. You got me. So
because he knows them and he's been around them for years.
So what
he doesn't know Spider-Man?
End game on somebody in another universe that's coming to his planet.
There's no the other universes.
You saw what he did in Justice League. He's like, we got criminals, we got these villains out here popping out of nowhere, popping out of the sky. He said, when they come to Gotham, I'm bringing it. What he said, Spider-Man shows up in Gotham.
This is what Eeyore says. Yeah.
He hears something going on, robbery, kidnapping. Spider-Man gets there first. He would take care of people. Batman will arrive and watch and be like, we have a hero. He would then stalk Spider-Man and figure out what's going on. Yes, he would.
There's that detectiveness, right?
That's a detective.
You think he'd be able to stalk Spider-Man without his spider senses going off?
Well, he would. Hey, he would figure out the distance he would need to be by him to observe him without being caught up. True.
He doesn't know about the spider sense.
He'll find out real fast. He will find out. He will do his homework.
He doesn't know till he gets caught.
Rico,
ridiculous. There's no homework for something you don't know.
I will say this comment though, if Batman took on Superman, he can take on Spider-Man. There's something to be said about that.
Exactly. He beat up Spider-Man. And I mean Superman. So what do you think he's gonna do to Spider-Man?
But Superman had a specific weakness that he could exploit.
Exactly.
What's Spider-Man's?
Yeah. He's
a kid.
Superman is weak to a rock.
Shut up. He's a teenager. Don't know everything in the world like Batman does.
If
he knows mind games.
If Superman wasn't such a Boy Scout, he would have ended Batman with the first punch.
Batman was about to end him with an arrow in his chest if it wasn't for Lois Lane. Ooh, it wasn't for his girlfriend. That's Martha. Oh, that's Martha, his mother. If she didn't say that, Superman was dead. Superman's about to get a spike through his heart. You knew it. We all saw it. If he's not a little baby, he ends Batman in one punch. What are you talking about, baby? What are you talking about? Where did baby come from?
Superman is a Boy Scout and he doesn't want to kill anybody.
Yep, he's too nice.
Yeah, exactly. And he's about to get his butt kicked because he crossed. Batman didn't know what he was all about. He tried to make sure he had to regulate. So he had to check his oil, as they say. And that's what happened.
Batman's also a sissy. He could really end crime in Gotham if he wanted to, but he likes breaking people's legs for buying something.
In the Flash, Batman did check the Flash so he would know spider senses. So yes, this dude does not come in prepared. He comes in prepared for any battle. Any battle. Rico. Any battle.
Okay.
Just know game plan. You talking about the Bill Belichick of comic book heroes right there. He's going to take your best weapon and exploit it, and you're not going to be able to do anything about it.
Well, Bill Belichick has had four straight sub 500 seasons, but yeah, sure.
This or that. First question. John.
All right. This is from Eeyore. If their teams go against one another, which fictional character, Forrest Gump or Bobby Boucher? You got to pick one.
You got me hyped right now. Forrest Gump. We dealing with the Alabama Roll Tide. They're going to beat up. I love the Waterboy movie. I love the team. They can't hang with no Alabama Roll Tide.
Good question. Okay.
Alabama Roll Tide.
Doesn't matter about the rest. Doesn't matter about the rest of the team. Bobby Boucher is a one-man wrecking crew. You think he's gonna? You think I was running right by Bobby Boucher? It ain't happening. It ain't happening.
You had
the Mud Dogs are gonna stomp a hole in the tide.
Paul Bryant was the head coach of Alabama, even though it was during a rough time during in our history of the earth or U.S. I'll say the football team was good. Even though they had a fictional character by the name of Forrest Gump that just ran straight, but that defense.
You think he's gonna run right by Bobby Boucher? No.
Yes, he got old linemen.
I don't care. I don't care if Forrest Gump's a war hero. Bobby Boucher ain't having it.
Alabama. I'm not even a Tide. I'm gonna say Roll Tide on that.
I might go with Bobby Boucher. I think he's just a little like he's not gonna stop. Like if he gets forced one time with a hard hit, Forrest is gonna be like, I don't want to run anymore.
Yeah, I was not running.
I was running.
He's gonna go home to Jenny.
I'm trying to get home to Jenny.
This hurts. Mm-hmm. Yeah, something like that.
That
was my favorite movie. That hurt. Next one.
Movie.
Since we're talking about Ahsoka, we recapping episode 2 at the end of this show.
Millennium Falcon or X-Wing? That's a good question.
Both iconic.
Yes, very iconic.
So
if I have a lot of people with me, I guess I take the Millennium Falcon. But if it's just me going somewhere, I'm taking the X-Wing.
I'm going X-Wing.
Which
Millennium Falcon is beat up right now.
I was gonna say it seems like it's a very like on the scale of like the best to the worst. Like it's not. It's like in the mid. Would that be a mid range?
It's a mid range, yeah. And like Ear says, the Falcon is faster.
Oh, it's faster.
Yeah, I say, but individually and maneuverability is in the X-Wing. In the X-Wing, you could get around pretty fast. It's nimble. It's nimble because it's smaller.
Yeah, I want whatever's faster so I can run away.
There you go. See, X-Wing has more agility. That's me too. I'm with you.
Hit me with that X-Wing.
X-Wing. Yep, we're all X-Wing out here.
Whatever's fastest.
I'm not smart enough to try and fix whatever's wrong with the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, it's usually the hyperdrive. The hyperdrive is usually
he's always got to fix something.
He's always fixing stuff. Always. He's like a
Chewie. Get the Chewie.
Exactly.
Man, in the future, you got to be the pilot and the mechanic, man.
Yeah, that's what it is. Just give me the X-Wing. In a galaxy far, far away, you got.
Not even in the future. Like in the past, you had to be
in the future past.
Yes.
We don't
Force
even know.
mind trick or Force lightning. Oh, Jedi mind tricks all day.
Easy. Yeah, that's Jedi. I want to do that to so many people every day. Every day.
Well,
just be like, it's doing one of those.
Yeah, get this. You will do whatever. Yeah, bad.
Like that'd be cool, but also I could just shock you if you disagree with me. So I don't need to trick you into agreeing with me. I'll just shock you.
You gonna toast them?
I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna be like, hey, can I have this? And you're gonna be like, no. And I'm gonna be like, bah! And then I'm like, can I have it now?
Then I'll get weak and I'll be like, you do not want to hurt me. And I'll be like, I'm so sorry about that. Let me leave.
Hey,
and then I'll be hurt, but
you are now a Husker fan. You are now a Packer fan. Bears still suck. I'm sorry. JFK also said mine trick, and then ER. My trick, yeah, that's something we've been wanting to do ever since.
What are you guys being nice? What are you, Jedi and not Sith? What kind of people are you?
Nah. Well, Sith, no, Jedi has electric Force lightning because Ren had it in the last episode.
Unlimited power.
Remember? Yeah, well, it showed with him first with Sidious, but Ren,
Yeah.
Jedi's have it too. When she thought she killed Chewie in the last episode.
Anybody with the Force can do the electric lightning.
Yeah. Okay. Exactly. Anybody.
Interesting.
Yep. All right, next one.
Power my own electronics.
Could Grogu do that when he masters the Force?
Yes. Yep. 100%. He can. He can do it.
Very cute.
It's just how quick he gets to the anger part of his powers.
Oh, so you need anger for the.
Okay. It's like an anger control thing, So.
Okay.
All right. Next one. A couple more left. One more left. After
Chewbacca or R2D2?
Oh, this is a tough one right here. This is a game changer.
I'll go with R2.
Why?
Put some of that AI in him, and he can do anything you
want.
What
is with you and AI?
He's already an AI.
I know he already is. He's advanced, man. He can communicate, and it's funny. Like he's advanced, but he can't talk. I mean, he talks, but
he talks
noises.
But you
just have to understand him.
You learn the noises. The noises mean something.
It's like a dog's bark. You learn the barks.
Yeah, exactly. Because I know my dogs bark. And even my dogs are even more descriptive. They start whining. I'm like, it's like that? You having a day like that, homie? Like,
oh, really? Apollo? I'm so sorry.
Like, dang, Apollo, you having a bad day, bro.
I think I'd go with R2D2 just because I think he's funnier, and I wouldn't have to worry about fur getting everywhere.
Oh, fur everywhere.
Yeah, he's a big dude. He's like 7 feet tall.
He doesn't even wear pants.
He don't wear clothes.
He doesn't wear pants.
He just has that strap with and that's bullets. That's his bullet cases.
Or grenades or whatever. Yeah, he's got the only thing is Chewbacca can help you in a fight. R2D2's not going to do much. He's just going to run at somebody and just go, wow!
Yeah, nice. I like that. That sounds legit. You could go and be a voice actor on that one for R2D2. See, now I'm stuck. God, because I like both of them, and they both have their pros, and they got some cons. I mean, R2D2, he's waterproof. He could go in water. He's been in water.
Is he waterproof?
Yeah, remember when Luke was training on Dagobah with Yoda? He got dropped in the water and came out.
Oh.
He just had to get cleaned up with all the little.
Yeah, he was upset.
He was pissed. Remember, he came out. He was making all.
Yeah.
How long would it take for Chewbacca to take a shower?
Oh my god, dry off. Dang, it's
To
tough.
shampoo all his body. Ugh, take an hour.
That's rough. Because if you're a homie,
he eats a lot of food too,
and he doesn't probably shower that often, so he's just walking around.
This is a tough one. I never thought I was.
But he has a crossbow.
He has a crossbow. That is electric. That has a laser coming out of that joint.
Yeah.
And he has a.
But R2D2 can save messages.
Yes.
He is AI. Yeah, bowcaster. Sorry, Eeyore. Yeah. I'm going R2D2. I'm doing.
But Chewbacca, man, he got a whole planet of homies. It's a whole bunch of other Chewbaccas, and they gangster. They hardcore. That's my defensive line if I'm drafting. Because you see a whole bunch of Chewbaccas lining up. You got a Chewbacca line up at 3 technique and then DN and 5 tech. Man, and
they're going to rip someone's arm off.
Forget the 85 Bears.
I don't care what the 49ers doing this year. I'm putting up the whole defensive line front of Chewbacca, his cousin, his dad, his uncle, his brothers, nephews. Oh, it's over. They ain't got no speed. Just linebackers and D line. That's it. They don't have corners. I've never seen an agile Chewie or a Wookiee. I'm sorry, a Wookiee.
And you'd only need like one Jedi on offense, really, to just because it could navigate the ball to wherever it needs to be.
Right. So I'm gonna put the Wookiees, D line, linebackers, DBs, and safeties might have to be the droids. But so I might. Oh God, this is tough.
I don't know about the droids. Why don't you go with what is Jar Jar Binks?
He's the
people on Naboo.
I don't know what they're called. He's from Naboo, so whatever their speech or.
You put Jar Jar Binks in the. What are you doing? Are you seeing the game now?
It says R2D2 has a higher kill count. Ooh, I never thought about that.
Would he?
But it's interesting to watch
the
Wookiee
Gungans.
Pull an arm out of somebody's body when they're bothering you. Hey. Chewy, go handle that.
I'll let you guys deal with this. I'm sorry, I got to bounce.
You
I
gotta
thought I'd
bounce.
stop by and say hi to the podcast. Hi, podcast.
What's up, John? Have a good rest of your day.
Hi,
Bye,
podcast.
John. Miss you.
I can't pick here. I'm sorry. All right, John, man. See you later. Be safe.
It's our 2D2.
I can't pick, man. I guess it's tough. I could go Chewy.
You have to pick.
You did
have to
R2D2?
pick. This or that.
You did
Yep.
R2D2? I'm going to go Chewy
Yeah.
just because. I'm going to go
Okay.
see.
Okay.
That's it. I can't do nothing else. All right, last one. Easy one. Indie games or AAA games?
AAA game. Ooh.
It's a tough one because it's some cool, fun, popular AAA games or indie games out there.
Yeah.
And the AAA games are the AAA games. You know, they are the Call of Duties. They are the EA Sports, Madden, 2K, Starfield now.
I feel like I'd have to go. Well, not have to, but I feel like I'm going to go with indie games just because I feel like I know there's a great variety in both, but I feel like there's a greater variety with indie games in what you can pick, what you can choose from in terms of the differences in games, where you can go from a first person shooter to an open world MMORPG, like everything that you would want. I know that's in the AAA games as well, but I feel like there's a greater diversity and more differences in the indie game markets.
Yellow Strudel says indie games have just become so pretentious. Explain.
Well, then
scientific on us.
That seems
he's using big words on us over here. Yo,
yeah, don't use big words on me. I don't know what it means.
You gotta
but I'm gonna
that.
take it as offensive.
What? Unpack that.
I don't know what it means. Yeah, you gotta unpack. I don't know what it means, so I'm gonna take it as offensive until you explain yourself.
And then JOK says, "Hey, AAA is the staple of gaming. True. It kind of holds up the foundation of the industry for the companies. They make a lot of money. Hopefully, they can understand that they have to do this with the pro esports leagues out there and share that money with those leagues so they can sustain. I've talked about this in a nauseum of making sure esports becomes what the NFL is. So those AAA game companies, Overwatch, so Activision, Blizzard, EA, Riot, Epic, y'all make that money. You're gonna have to share it. Everybody was taught how to share by the age of 5. Okay, by the age of 5, you were starting to be told how to share. So at 35, between 25 and 35, you work at one of these companies. You should just go back to that mind when you were like 7 and your mom and dad were teaching you how to share because you had a sibling you would share with or whatever, classmate. You got in trouble. So now with these AAA companies that you now own and work for, it's your business. Start sharing it. Keep these leagues sustainable. We went from Star Wars to indie games and now sharing. Getting into our feelings right now.
That's exactly how this podcast is supposed to go.
Exactly. All right, we're off to. Hold on, I gotta hit we're going to game releases now, bro. Game releases.
Release the games. It's time for the game releases. Game releases.
What we got? I think Rico. Oh no, I think.
You want me to go first?
I think
you want to go first. I'm gonna go first.
I'm up first.
Whoever wants to go first.
I mean, me.
Okay.
I'm up first. All right, here we go. Let me get set up here. Bam. And bam, we got it. We got here. I picked Transformers Earthspark Expedition on all platforms. Comes out Friday. So this is actual gameplay from the game. As we watch here, Bumblebee races to the checkpoints and takes on enemies. In this look at the gameplay for Transformers Earthspark Expedition, an upcoming single-player Transformer game inspired by the original animated series. So take on the role of Bumblebee as he drifts, drives, fights his way across a new but familiar world. So join the Autobot hero as he sets off on his adventure to face mysterious threats from his past and stop the series of villains. Dr. Meridian, aka Mandroid, from recovering missing pieces of an ancient technology. So right now it is out, like I mentioned, on all platforms. This is gameplay. So this is kind of what you see on TV today, the new cartoon series out of Transformers. You could tech around, change in the Autobot changing your car, and you got to discover and be a gamer, man. Explore. That's what you do with this game. You know,
some stuff you can't get to as a car, you got to get to as a robot.
I know,
as a transformer.
Yeah, so it's graphics more like kid is or from the TV show, so it's more kid friendly here. I like that part of it. When you involve the whole family in a game like this one, I'm like, yes, you're doing your job there.
Yeah.
You know,
this is a game that you could play with your kids, or that your kids could play, and you'd be like, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Oh, and of course that what's that? I won't say traditional, but that iconic sound of the robots transforming here.
Oh yeah.
You know, so you got that going on, and I love the racing. I'm a race guy. I'm a car guy. I like the race games, Forza, Gran Turismo, you know, Super Mario Kart, things of that nature, and you got that going on too. So this is just different gameplays that you can see what's going on in the country or territory that you're racing through here in Transformers Earth Spark Edition Expedition here.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So you got to be creative here. You got to explore, look at everything. You gotta look at every nooks and cranny to find little. It's almost look like Hyrule. So Transformers look like in Hyrule right here. I don't know if you play Legend of Zelda.
I have not.
So yeah, but Hyrule, parts of it just all mountains and stuff like that, kind of like that last map as it showed there. But check it out. If you got kids, I'll say this is the game. Introduce them to the Transformer world as they need to be. If you've been good parenting, doing your job. Star Wars, Transformers, G.I. Joe. What else, Rico? That I missed? Anything on that list that if you're doing your job as a parent, you're introducing this to your kids as they grow up. You know.
What'd you say? Transformers, G.I. Joe,
Star Wars, Transformers, G.I. Joe, Star Wars,
Pokemon.
There you go. I don't know a whole lot of Pokemon. That kind of was. I was too grown to pay attention to that, but you're in that neighborhood, so there you go.
I haven't kept up with a lot of the Pokemon after like the third generation, maybe. Right. So I am way behind in terms of Pokemon knowledge, unfortunately. So even if I did try to introduce my kids to it, they'd be like, "What's this?" I'm like, "I don't know. Is that a tree? I can't."
Don't ask me. I just got the one.
Look, hey, you know what I tell you? Bulbasaur, Venusaur. Or Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur, Squirtle. See, now I can't even remember them.
Yeah, see, Squirtle, don't even try to test me on that. I'm a fail.
Somebody, Blastoise, Charmander.
I know Blastoise. I got a T-shirt of Blastoise.
War Turtle. Thank you. Why did I forget War Turtle? It's so easy. It's a turtle of war.
Can't do it.
War Turtle.
Don't know it. All right, game for you, man. Those
are the only 9 you need to know. That's it. My game is The Front. The Front is a survival open-world crafting shooter. You play the role of a resistance fighter sent back in time to stop the rise of a tyrannical empire. Collect resources, build shelters, fight monsters, accomplish your mission. It is very... what's the word I'm looking for? You have a lot to do in this. That's right. It's like sandbox style. Again, you're going back in time to stop this empire from taking over, but you go back in time and you have to, build yourself up, build up your forces. So you create bases, you gather resources, you can grow your own food, get water, hunt for animals to get that food. You bring people into your base to help you out. You like everything that you do, you have to collect and do yourself. So when you build your base, you have to build your base. So you find out exactly how you want it, what you want in there. There's like mazes and like towers that you can put in there, so you can keep these monsters at bay. And then you see here he's chopping down a tree to build his fort. So you can, if they get into your fort, there's different things you can do with like traps and towers, like I said, where you lead them through a maze. Here. Yeah, you like lead them through a maze of all these things to hopefully get them killed before they reach, you or all of your people. So again, it's very intense and very intricate in building everything that you need to survive and get through this process to, again, defeat this tyrannical empire before it gets started. Like, look at this gigantic. You can build and pilot a whole bunch of different vehicles. All your electronics, you have to connect them yourself.
Oh, that's gangster right there.
It's intense.
I like that.
All of the things you have to do. And again, it's all yourself. This is the front. So your sandbox style construction, hundreds of different bases, tower defense traps, modern vehicles, logical systems and circuits. You can raid people's encampments in their bases. Like I said, you recruit followers. You can have your own farms in your bases where you plant and you cook the food for the people in your base to eat, to have energy, to go out and fight. Again, this is a game where you're not just going to sit down and relax and have a good time. This is a game where you need to plan everything. Get everything set up, and it's massive and it looks super fun. But I don't know if it's like, I would want to play this, but I know, like, after however many hours of playing it, I would get upset if something isn't working right, and I'd have to figure it out. And it's going to be one of those things where you're going to have to go through all of these different levels. Yeah, no patience. You're going to have to go through all these different levels to find what's wrong, and it would drive me insane. Yeah,
you got to have patience. And this is a big old, basically, MMORPG. You know. Yeah. Start from the ground up, like we're doing with Baldur's Gate. Sound like you got to create a character. If you're building houses and building stuff from the bottom up, you got a little zombie thing going on there too. Mm-hmm. But it's like a Minecraft / Last of Us / Escape from Tarkov feel. It's a little bit all
a little
that.
Bit, yeah,
a little bit of all that. I like
and
that.
It's super. And again, there's a whole bunch of different styles of land throughout the game. Mm-hmm. There's deserts, forests, snow, swamp, everything.
Definitely
that you can go through in this game to find things.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, that means tell me video games don't teach you something. You building a house, you building boats, you building an army, and they tell us gamers the whole stereotypical, oh, we just sit down and our brains are rotting. No,
you're just clicking buttons.
Our brains, we are learning. You in that game right there, you pretty much learn how to take down infiltrate a country or create your own country.
Exactly. This
you got a job at IT working this.
Yeah,
in this
what
game.
You need to do if zombies take over the world. Here you go.
Between that and getting a job at Hewlett Packard. as you showed me that one in the video was the connecting the circuits and all that. I'm like, man. And then, I know I learned how to play chess playing Watch Dogs like 5-6 years ago. Playing the game Watch Dogs.
Like, all right, here we go. Figured it out.
I'm like, oh, this is how you. I learned how to play chess. That is so fun. All right, we got. Well, wait a minute. Before we go there, we're in Boulder Gate update. Our game of the month. We still playing on any traction? You level up anywhere?
I have leveled up. I think all my characters are level 5. I have Karlach now. Karlach. I can't remember her name. But okay. I found her. She's a part of my group now. I have the Blade of the Frontiers with me as well, Will. And I ran into some more of the Githyankies, some Gith people, kind of like Lae'zel. Okay. And I cannot beat them, so I am going around them to try and find a different way around, or maybe level myself up some more.
Stronger. Right.
Yeah, because they are kicking my tail. And I just went into a swamp and found a hag, and I'm now in her like basement cave area, and I'm trying to fight my way through there. So I'm working still in the first chapter or first part of Baldur's Gate. I'm working my way through. I could just go back and deal with the druids, but I'm going to
don't sound good.
Do that later. Eeyore says that hag is tough, so totally not looking forward to that then. Haven't gotten to her yet. I already kind of dealt with her, and she went into her cave, and now I'm down there trying to get through all of these things. So we'll see where that leads, because it's, again, a super fun game. I love it so much. The rolls are the dice rolls are pissing me off.
Oh, I don't like the dice rolls.
When I first started,
especially when you lose
everything everything was 15 and above. I wasn't failing anything. And
That's where I
now
was.
I
It's like
am
5 and below.
failing every single roll, and I can't do anything. And it's
Nope.
pissing me off.
It's just like real life rolling dice. You can't control the dice unless you one of the people that can find the trick ones. You can't do this in this game.
I need loaded dice.
You
That's
can't
what I
do
need.
loaded dice on a game system.
Please,
I got mine
just
on
give me-
PlayStation. So I think I'm
50.
still at level 1 or 2. I haven't played much.
What are you doing?
I've been working, man.
Oh,
Today,
yeah. You're busy.
I got 3 days before I head out of town because my PlayStation, I don't know if I should be able to transfer it over through the cloud, but until I do that, I'm gonna try to play it every night just for an hour to at least level up a little bit in it. So I'm still at like level 2. I know I have 3 or 4 people in my group now, but I'm a little bit behind you. But we'll keep playing this game throughout the rest of the year.
Have you gotten into the druids area yet?
No druids,
okay, so
like
yeah,
that.
so you have, so you probably just
too.
have the 3 people. You have Lae'zel, Shadowheart, and what's his name? The other dude. I don't remember his name.
I don't know what's his name yet. I'll get the names down for next week's show and then play it too, and everything else, so we can have some more dialogue.
Asterion. There we go. Look at Eeyore. Thank you, Eeyore.
Man, Eeyore, no, he's the G. Now he's the guy.
Yeah.
If you need help with Baldur's Gate, you need help with Starfield, really any game, that's the guy you want to call upon.
Look, Eeyore, hit me up. All right.
There you go. He will help you out. All right, let's head over to. Let's get this ready. And let's hit this button right here.
Row, row, row your boat gently up the... sorry. Excuse me. It's time for What's on Stream.
All right, so now we are into episode 2 of Ahsoka.
Toil
and Trouble. It's like almost like a Hocus Pocus line.
Toil and
like
Trouble.
they one of the ladies was saying on the Hocus Pocus show or movie. And that's 30th anniversary, by the way, so you go to your local theaters and watch it.
Definitely gonna go watch that.
All right, so we're getting deep into what's going on with Ahsoka and her journey through the galaxy and trying to find all these different things that's going on, and she is investigating. So second episode pops up, and what we're finding out, we're definitely, the question I asked myself watching this episode and just looking at the talk, hearing the talk, it's like, is this the same galaxy that was far, far away? Obviously, this is a different part of the storyline of what we know in Star Wars, because I remember when the lady they got from episode 1, they took out of jail, Peridia.
Yep.
She said, she put the ball in that thing, and the ball then pulled up like a virtual map. And she said, this is the galaxy that we need to go to, or something like that. And he said,
yep.
After she walked away, he said to his apprentice, like, this galaxy has way more power than we ever thought of. And it's like, wait a minute. When he said that, I'm like,
what do you mean?
Like, wait a minute. I thought we were dealing with the Force already. What other power are you talking about here? You talking about magic, maybe? I don't know. So I'm like, interesting hearing that tidbit. But and as you watch Ahsoka, her and what's her name? General Sadulin is investigating the island, I say Corellia, because they have a ship there. Actually, not a ship, an engine that's being worked on there, and they pop on there, and they are doing their investigation, because it's just funny how the war is over, and they're at this Corellian repair base or what have you, and they see all these Imperial employees because they still have their gear on.
Yep.
And I'm like, I'm looking at it too. I'm like, I'm walking down, I'm seeing them walking around. I'm like, wait a minute, are those are Imperial?
Yeah, I'm like, this doesn't look great. And they're asking, like, is there any holdovers? And they're like, oh no, they're loyal to money. They're loyal to whoever is paying them. And I was like, I don't know. Seems a little weird. They keep staring at them as they're driving by.
Exactly. I'm like, since when has an Imperial employee been loyal to money?
Exactly.
Okay. And we found out real quick that they flipped the script with all the questions from current General Syndulla and Ahsoka. And Ahsoka is already picking on it. We were talking about Spider-Man earlier. Her spider senses, her Jedi Force.
Oh, she knew.
She knew right away. She gave him that stink eye look. And
for
then
the Empire.
They try to attack, but I'm like, how are you going to attack? It's a Jedi right there.
Yeah, I always wonder.
I just want to know that.
That's one of my biggest questions. Is like, if you know it's a Jedi, why? Why do
Why
you?
you
You're not going to shoot them.
You're not going to win. You're not going to
You're
win.
going to lose.
You are
Especially one
definitely
as powerful as Ahsoka. Like, you're going to lose.
right. You just hope that they just wing you. You know, they just chop off an arm.
Yeah. They just
Yeah.
go, it hurt.
It hurt. It what is it? It cauterizes right away as soon as you get a limb
does.
chopped off with a
Yes,
lightsaber.
you know-
It's already repaired. You just got to put.
Yeah, you don't
something
got to worry
over it.
about internal bleeding or external bleeding. It's all it's sizzled.
Right. So they try to, their little quasi attack didn't work, but now you got Sabine going after Sedella, or not Sabine, I'm sorry, General Sedella going after the escape ship with the hyperdrive engine, and then you got Ahsoka fighting the droid that she was investigating, that was like an assassin droid out there trying to find her or protecting the secret of where the Empire employees was at. So you had that, then she found herself about to go to a fight with him. We got commercials going on here. and so I thought that was neat. And it's like, again, you seeing the old school sword fights, a lot more sword fights in Ahsoka than we had seen in I would say definitely Mandalorian to Boba Fett storyline, all that. So it's just been really cool to see that. And then seeing Sabine having to basically get back on the train of, you know what, I want to be a Jedi again. And then I'm gonna try to ask Ahsoka. I'm not sure if she wants to train me, because she's going through her kind of remembrance of Anakin and how the training went with him, and it didn't go great because eventually Anakin turned into Darth Vader. So she kind of has those scars, mental scars of, my training Jedi turned into a Sith. So what, she's always battling back and forth, like, who am I exactly? But we know she's a badass.
Who am I? Am I worthy to train anybody?
Exactly. Anybody else?
I've been through. Yeah.
Exactly. But she's a bad. But from as what we've seen from the first episode to now, and it's been, she is a badass Jedi. She just gotta have. I think she does eventually, towards the end of this episode, find the confidence to be like, hey, Sabine, let's get together, let's train. She didn't say it the way I'm saying it, but in a way said, let's get together. Don't worry about what the past was, because she needs to help her get back to that part, because to having two now Jedi when there's very few out there, and the two that are around, Bylan and his apprentice, those are now Sith, even though he was a Jedi before Order 66 went out, and he was just now. So now he had to go into survival mode, and then actually him going to survival mode took him into becoming a Sith. So
does he have two Jedis. Apprentices?
Good question. I know the one blonde hair girl is one,
because there's the blonde haired girl, and then on that planet when Ahsoka was fighting the droid, she was also fighting somebody else with a lightsaber. So there's like there's three of them, right? Because it wasn't the white haired girl, because she was on the ship that picked that person up.
Yeah, it was Shin. So that's, you talking about Shin.
Shin
is the first original apprentice of Bylan. And so it may be another Jedi or another Sith in this storyline. We already know that Ezra is being looked for here. So that's a Jedi that decided not to be a Jedi no more, but he's out there. He fought General Thrawn at the end of Rebels. And so we know that foreshadowing is there, that most likely he will pop up. And if you watched all the episodes, you probably already know the answer to that question. But for everybody else that's taking it one episode at a time with us, there's a lot in this episode. Still the espionage, still the secrecy going on with the Empire, even though they lost. They're still trying to scrounge up and cultivate a following, because as we know, once that following is ignored, it's so small, people ignore it, then over time it grows and grows, and all of a sudden, boom, we got a full empire again. And everybody's like, how did this happen? It's like, no, you wasn't paying attention.
Where did this come from?
You didn't think that
whole time
they weren't working. You didn't think they were taking over spots like this mechanic planet that was building up on the hyperdrive that was taking it to a Corellian battleship. So got to be aware. So I love how the writing is getting everybody. It's kind of that, like I said, back to Superman, Star Wars feel of getting to a problem, investigating, and then there's some fight scenes that look really good. So I'm really liking where this series is going so far, and even though I've kind of finished it already, but I'm still excited to talk about it. So what about yourself, Rico?
I have finished episode 2. I haven't watched episode 3 because I watched episode 2 without my wife, so she wants to watch it with me, and then we'll get on to episode 3. And it's for me, I'm trying to understand all of it at the same time as the fact that I haven't watched Clone Wars, so there's a big portion of this that I am missing.
And
but
it does. So sorry to cut you off. Sorry to cut you off real quick. It does give you this little disclaimer when you look at some of the recap videos, or even on Disney Plus. It tells you watch this first. It watch Clone Wars, watch Rebels, the cartoon, and so all that. The good thing about all the writers and directors of the Star Wars saga, Jon Favreau to George Lucas, they all stay connected and keep the continuity of the series, no matter if it was big screen, small screen, or cartoon. Sorry about that. Just wanted to get that out there.
They keep everything going, and they tie all the stories together in one way or another. So that's just a big portion that I'm missing, unfortunately, but I still want to watch this and, getting through it and slowly understanding and watching some recap videos to get a little more understanding that I don't have. But it's very entertaining. And like you said, it's that old Star Wars feel of, oh, this is something that we need to find out. They go somewhere, they figure it out. And then guess what? There's another problem that they have to follow and figure out to build upon whatever they were doing. And you have the fights there. You have the drama, the throw in of the politics, which is actually, they keep it nice and fun with that. And then, the fact that we're gonna have Ahsoka with her apprentice once again. It's gonna I know it's going to be very fun going forward after episode 2. But the fact that it was like they said, and again, I haven't watched Clone Wars, I haven't watched Rebels or any of that, but
you're gonna
the fact
enjoy
that it was
it.
Like, oh yeah, she's a Mandalorian, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
And she's a Mandalorian, and she was a Jedi apprentice, and I was like, that's pretty bad.
Very rare, very rare in the sense of the Force and Jedis and Sith. So, and that's Sabine being the Mandalorian who you're referring to, and she's just like I said, just getting the confidence back to get back into training with Ahsoka, and Ahsoka is definitely going to be on board with her. And there's the other maybe Sith that you're talking about right there in the video. Has a double wield swords as well, red color on the lightsaber. But even like with Sabine, her lightsaber that was Anakin's, she restructured it, she reprogrammed it, and then was like, that's yours. Once you modify something that is a lightsaber, that becomes your lightsaber. So she had to be convinced from Hu Yang, who was their android. And so hearing that kind of helped her push her into, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna recommit to being a Jedi and make sure I get to where, start off where I was at and then finish the job with Ahsoka and being my mentor, basically. So
yes,
in the Jedi she is. So episode 3 next week, or part 3. They call them part 1, 2, and 3. So part 3 next week. You got anything else you want to add for this recap to this week, Rico?
Nope. It's just witches are creepy, man.
Yeah, at the end, yeah.
That's all I got. Sisters, witches are creepy, man.
They're called the sisters something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing that in the cartoon and the Rebels and the Clone Wars, and seeing those. And that's just the amazing mind of George Lucas and all the other writers and directors to bring up these different characters in terms of what they look like and their names and the species of them. They're coming up with a million other species just in this storyline. I was like, I wonder how many species are in there. I know if somebody knows that number because it's been ever since episode 4 to then all the other stories. I'm looking at all these characters and all these species from different planets. And I'm like, how many species is in the Star Wars saga universe?
Exactly.
I just want to know. I know somebody in the chat.
How many different languages are there?
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. That too. Eeyore says he isn't a Sith. Who's isn't a Sith? Was it Bylan or somebody else that we mentioned here? I know we're just talking to be talking. So, but real quick, we're about to wrap up this stream. Appreciate the jumping in and watching. And you can catch me on social media at a lot of places. TikTok, Ahman Green, Gamers Lounge on there. Instagram, Twitter, Ahman Green 30, all one word. And YouTube as well, Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge. You can pick me up. Follow, share, retweet, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Rico, let everyone know where they can find you at.
You can find me on the Twitter sphere or X, depending on what you want to call it nowadays, at Radio Rico AC, all one word. Or you can find me on Instagram, Enrique Alvarez Clary, again, all together, one word. And you can catch me on Twitch whenever I get back around to streaming, Nikki_Flash_. I play a bunch of different games on there, but Twitter is where I am the most active. Again, that's at Radio Rico AC, and you can catch me on the radio if you want to download the 93.7 The Ticket app or listen on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, whatever you want to listen to. You'll hear me talking a lot of Husker sports, whether that be football, volleyball, basketball, baseball, softball, whatever, along with professional sports and maybe a little bit of video games mixed in there as well. So again, that's 93.7 The Ticket. You can listen to it wherever you get your podcasts as well. So I'm everywhere almost. But again, Twitter is where I'm the most active.
And I'm right there with him. I'll be on 93.7 tonight at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, talking more esports, Nebraska esports, Nebraska football, maybe some volleyball talk, but all Huskers, and maybe some Packer talk. We don't know. Just jump in the show from 6 to 7 every night. I say 4 days a week, because tomorrow, I say Thursday this week, I'll be streaming on and online, playing some Modern Warfare 3 beta on PC drop. So if you want to jump in with me, if you purchase it on your PC, that means you have a beta code to play the game. Please join me. Jump in the Discord, and I'll invite you to another Discord. So you have all these Discords. You get to come in and talk and figure out who I am and where I am. Oh, man. So do that. Hope you have a great rest of your week. Rico, I'll see you later today. I'm gonna try to get over there. I don't know if I'm make it. I think
I don't know if he's still here. I'll go out and see, and I'll shoot you.
Or he could just save me a plate. Make a plate and just put it to the side somewhere.
Okay.
I'm gonna stop by before I go to the campus. So
okay.
All right, man. Everybody in the chat, JFK, Eeyore, the average historian, BR Facial, man. Appreciate all of y'all. Yodo Strudel, thank you for chiming in with your comments and participating as the chat. We love you because y'all make us work and have fun. We're about to jump off here. So have a safe rest of your day. It's Wednesday. So it's hump day Wednesday. Get over that hump. You got Thursday and Friday, then you get off into the weekend. So hopefully you can make there being unscathed. Don't let the drama.
Have yourself a perfect West of the week.
He said perfect. like a 2-year-old. Got that kitty accent. Got that kitty accent on there.
Exactly.
All right, y'all.
Exactly.
Talk to y'all later. Peace out.